Driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs takes lives and destroys families. It is illegal, reckless, and selfish. But do we understand why it is so dangerous? Alcohol affects many of the abilities we need to be safe on the roads. The drunk driver often forgets to wear seatbelts, shows an overconfidence in his driving ability, resulting in speeding. Alcohol causes loss of balance and reduced vision of the driver, failing to clearly see other drivers, pedestrians and cyclists. Alcohol also slows reaction time, reducing the time and space we need to prevent collisions.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Afika binti Mahbub. My metric card number is 2020984337. In this presentation video, I will present my part, which is definition and description of the issue that occur. That's it from my introduction. Then will be continued by Batrisha.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Batrisha binti Muhammad Faizal. My number matrix is 2020957057. My part is I will present about facts and statistics about drunk driving.
Hi, my name is Siti Nazira binti Mat Daud. Matrix cards is 2020990507. My part in this assignment is part D, when I have to explain about the real events that take place in the problem of drunk drivers.
Thank you, Nazira, for your introduction. Now it's my turn. My name is Ayu Atira binti Zulkifli. My matrix card number is 2020990361. In this presentation video, I will present my part, which is describe the consequence towards society, people, and economy. Okay, that's it for my introduction. Then it will be continued to Mastura.
My name is Siti Mastura binti Ayub. My metric number 2020956871. My part is conclusion and we are from group PA1113C. Our topic presentation is drunk driver.
Drunk driving is the act of driving under the influence of alcohol. A small increase in the blood alcohol content increase the relative risk of a motor vehicle crash, which supposedly is the level at which a person cannot drive safely. Drunk driving has recently become a hot case scenario topic again in Malaysia, following a spate of fatal road accidents involving drivers suspects of driving while intoxicated with alcohol. Referring to a Malay Mail newspaper article, this scenario report on June 11, 2020 in Kuala Lumpur by Ida Lim. Even as the Malaysian government has pledged to introduce new laws with harsher punishments, the issue has quickly snowballed into calls from PAS for action ranging from proposals for fuel premise allowed to sell alcohol to suspension of sales and even the eventual shutting down of the alcohol industry in Malaysia. Aside from police enforcement, written parliamentary requests in 2017 and 2018 show the government's regulatory efforts on the alcohol industry in general, such as banning the sale of alcohol of those aged below 21, requiring alcohol to be displayed separately from other food items in stores, and requiring health warning labels on alcohol packaging and display racks. Both the Transport Ministry and the Prime Minister have recently said the laws regarding drink driving will be amended to impose heavier penalties, while the Minister in charge of law, Datuk Taqiyuddin Hassan, spoke of various measures to be taken, including proposals to have fatal drink driving case also prosecute under the penal code under offence such as intentionally causing of death. Kuala Lumpur City Hall DBKL has also decided to freeze all new applications for licenses to sell alcohol, following federal territories. Minister Tan Sri Anwar Moses remarked on the same matter. In conclusion, we all agree to increase the punishment for these drunk driver offenders, but another perspective that needs to be highlighted as well is current policies and standards. Policies that need to be implemented should be comprehensive, proactive, and reactive, as well as address the problem from the root cause. Okay, that's all from me. Then will be continued by Batrisha. Thank you.
Thank you, Afika. Now I will explain facts and statistics. Drink driving has recently become a hot topic again in Malaysia, following a spread of fatal road accidents involving drivers suspected of driving while intoxicated with alcohol. Even as the Malaysian government has pleaded to introduce new law with harsher punishment, the issue has quickly snowballed into call from PAS for action ranging from proposal for fewer premises allowed to sell alcohol to suspension of sales and even the eventual shutting down of the alcohol industry in Malaysia. But what do we actually know of drink driving in Malaysia? How big is this problem? How many individuals in the country die each year from accidents caused by drink driving? First, how many deaths did drink driver accident cause in recent years? Police figures show that the number of persons who died due to drink driver accident were 49 2010, 33 2011, before going up markedly to 136 2012 and continuing on a general upward trend of 207 2003, 193 2014, 229 2015 and 237 2016. Since the peak of 237 deaths in 2016, the number has fallen to 58 in 2017 and 54 in 2018. According to a Transport Minister presentation carried on the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific (UNESCAP) website. For the 8-year period from 2011 to 2018, a total of 1,147 people lost their life in drink driving accident in Malaysia, based on this figure. From the same data, drink driver accidents were also shown to have resulted in 539 individuals being seriously injured from 2011 to 2018 and 595 suffering minor injuries during the same 8-year period. In other words, around 2,281 individuals were affected by drink driving accident in Malaysia from 2011 to 2018, with about half of them dying and about half of them either suffering serious or minor injuries. Second, here is part of a bigger problem. Transport accidents are actually a top killer of Malaysians in Malaysia, where roughly around 1 million more vehicles have been added every year since 2006. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia (DOSM), latest data released in October 2019, a total of 168,168 deaths were recorded in Malaysia in 2017 and 172,031 deaths in 2018. When looking at just the medically certified death, DOSM's figure shows that transport accidents are the fourth biggest cause of such death at 4,499 or 4.6% of the 97,440 deaths in 2017 and at 4,391 or 3.7% of the 117,387 deaths in 2018. Based on the police official statistic for the annual number of deaths caused by road accidents for the period 2003 to 2019, the annual figure have generally hovered above 6,200 deaths, except for a peak in 2016 at 7,152 deaths. The number of deaths recorded every year as a result of road accident in Malaysia has since decreased from 2016 peak to 6,740 deaths in 2017, 6,284 in 2018, and 6,167 in 2019. Based on the figure compiled by the Road Safety Department of Malaysia, the general downward trend of fatal road accidents in the past few years matched the general decline in the annual death index from road accidents since 2011. In other words, the fatality rate has steadily gone down every year except for a marginal increase in 2016, with the figure down from 3.21 deaths per every 10,000 vehicles in 2011 to 1.97 deaths per every 10,000 vehicles on the road in 2019. This takes place against a backdrop of the number of registered vehicles in Malaysia going up from 21.4 million in 2011 to 31.2 million in 2019, while the country's population grew from 29 million to more than 32 million during the same period. At the same time, the Home Minister's statistics show the number of road accidents has been growing steadily during the same period, from 449,040 accidents in 2011 to 516 in 2019, but fewer involved injuries of that which died in with the declining death rate from road accident. 20,662 in 2011 declined to 30,396 in 2019. Now, I will pass to Nazira for the next.
Lifelong misery for Kuantan's drunk driving victims' family. Kuantan. An innocent life taken away in an instant, and the family has to endure the anguish of losing their loved one in such an unfair way. These were the words of Nur Suhaili Misnan, the elder sister of Muhammad Akmal Hakim, 20 years old, who was killed after a suspected drunk driver allegedly plunged into his motorcycle and dragged him for about 1.5 km before coming to a stop. Akmal was in the incident involving his motorcycle and a Toyota Avanza driver along Jalan Sungai Lembing, here about 1:10 a.m. on Monday, 1st March. The Avanza driver had continued driving about 1.5 km as Akmal's motorcycle remained wedged in the front bumper before finally coming to a stop in front of his house at Kampung Padang. Nur Suhaili pleaded to the government to impose stricter laws on drink driving, including imposing the death penalty. They want the perpetrator to be punished accordingly for his irresponsible actions. They have also hired a lawyer to help them seek justice and file a claim, and want to make sure the incident will be a lesson to car drivers and people out there. Akmal's family found out about the accident while browsing the Facebook website and realized that someone had uploaded a picture of the accident near their house. In the incident, the 26-year-old Toyota Avanza driver is believed to have lost control of his vehicle and crashed into the back of Akmal's Honda X5 motorcycle, which was moving in the same direction. Akmal was thrown off his bike and died at the scene after sustaining severe head injuries. The suspect only realized about the accident when he was alerted by some passerby. District Police Chief Assistant Commission Muhammad Nur Yusuf Ali said checks revealed that the suspect's blood alcohol level was beyond the permitted limit. He has been remanded till tomorrow, March 4. This incident was not the first fatal crash involving a suspected drunk driver in Kuantan. In May last year, Irwan Herman Kamaruddin, 42, was killed in a crash involving a suspected drunk driver along the Kuantan bypass stretch. The victim was hit by a man who was driving a Toyota CHR against the flow of traffic along the stretch about 9:20 p.m.
Thank you, Siti Nazira. Now, I will proceed to my part, which is describe the consequence towards society, people, and economy. Drunk driver can give impact to social and society. The social effect refers to the impact on the well-being of society. Among the examples of social effect are road accident, problem at work, poverty, domestic violence, and so on. In turn, this social impact will have a negative impact on the economic aspect as a whole. This exists because the social aspect is an important element that can affect the productivity and quality of work production of society and the country. Alcohol is also a source of fight and quarrel both among family and among community and races. Although there is other data, but the problem of racial strife is not something that can be taken lightly, as Malaysia is a plural country. All the ongoing racial tension can cause the country development agenda to come to a standstill. If you have been reading the news, it seems like almost every other day someone is involved in a drink driving accident and innocent lives are lost. In fact, the issue of drunk driver accident has been around for a long time in Malaysia. Only it seems to be seasonal, and when the issues arise, it starts to heat up and attract attention, including the implementation of enforcement is added and prioritized. Furthermore, it can impact to people as well. Basically, the effect of alcohol consumption not only cause the risk of accident and cause the deaths of innocent people, but it can also cause decreased productivity of an employee, physical and mental health problem, and social problem. People impact victim, which is Malaysia had the third highest fatality rate from road traffic accident in Asia. and ASEAN, behind Thailand and Vietnam. Some viral posts on social media have created racial tension among Malaysia, claiming that non-Muslims are responsible for most drink driving accidents. According to a report in 2020, 61% of Malaysia are Muslim and alcohol is prohibited for them in Malaysia. Nevertheless, drink driving is a problem that concerns all, as there are significant number of Malaysian Muslims who drink too. Not only that, it can impact to economics too. As a country inhabited by a majority of Muslims, the symptoms of drinking alcohol should not occur, especially among Muslims. However, the finding of this study and several studies show that this problem occurs, and most surprisingly, it also involves students and the younger generation. This is a fact that is difficult to accept because the law of drinking alcohol is clearly forbidden in Islam. The literature indicates that economic factors influence alcohol consumption, and driving behavior reveal that drunk driving related deaths and damage includes court expenses, medical costs, traffic congestion, and property damage. In addition, these alcohol drinkers need to be aware that they have the responsibility for the safety of themselves as well as others. They should not be allowed to drive. The increasing number of fatal accidents involving innocent road users due to the attitude of drunk drivers need to be taken seriously, and it is time for the government to tighten and increase the existing punishment for the perpetrator. It was reported that the World Health Organization (WHO) even marked Malaysia as one of 35 nations with a high rate of drink driving accident. These numbers suggest the problem is serious and likely rising. The government should not hesitate to impose a stiffer penalty and sentence on this irresponsible and reckless road user. They should also impose heavy penalty on street killer. Killing someone under the influence of alcohol or drug is similar to premeditated murder. Why we should not drive while drunk? The answer is clear and obvious. This is because this act can result in damage to public property as well as the deaths of innocent individuals. In conclusion, despite the laws of the country, the choice is actually in our own hand. We are the ones who plan where and what wants to happen. We should think about the consequence before taking alcohol. Just don't drink and drive. That's all from me. I will pass my presentation to Siti Mastura to talk about conclusion.
In conclusion, road accidents causing negligence from drunk drivers nowadays are on the rise. It also leads to deaths due to their behavior. So, we need to do something so that this problem can be solved, because this results in innocent victims being killed as a result of their attitude. First, those who are drunk can use the ride-hailing service. This way, it is safer for those who have no one to drive them home. They can take a taxi or use an apps like Grab, and this is more confident and safer because drivers are not at high risk of accidents. In addition, the police can suspend or revoke the license. This will give them awareness and regret their actions. This way, they will be more careful in their driving and avoid driving while intoxicated. Last but not least, the government needs to tighten traffic laws. The government should impose high penalties on drunk drivers for breaking the law, such as not wearing seat belts and driving beyond the prescribed limits. In addition, the police must always set up roadblocks to monitor and prevent accidents that occur due to drunk drivers. Finally, the moral of this issue is that we must be wise drivers. This can reduce the number of road accidents that result in drunk drivers. We must always abide by the rules so that the safety of those around us is guaranteed and can bring about national security. We can also save the fate of their family, because some of the victims have dependents to support their family. So that's all from us. Thank you for watching.